folks, how are you? Welcome to day 69 of Lyndall's Luscious Limberings. Hope you're very well. Hope you're finding ways to keep yourself going through these bizarre and long times. Thank you very much for your company. Today we are going to be doing our chill day, flexibility, joint mobility, just, getting a chance to recenter. So get yourself warm, get yourself a cozy jumper, and pull up a mat, and let's get on with it, shall we? So today, day 69's playlist, if you're joining with me with that at home. 3, 2, 1, go. Lying down. Oh yeah. And just take the time in semi-supine here, just to let the chin be slightly tucked, so that you're lengthening the neck out on the floor. If you want, you can just get your hand just to help with that lightly. And I don't want you to force your back into the ground, but just think about trying to relax across the small of the back and the butt cheeks. And notice how that can rock the pelvis forward. So you might be like arching with this way, and if you soften across the glutes and across the front of the thighs, then that can just help the back to soften into the floor. And just bringing arms up and down. And breathing in and out. And we're going to go slower. Just go in your own pace. Breathing in. So as we're doing this, just let the back relax more and more into the ground. Good. Now we're going to go alternate arms. So breathing in on one movement and then out. Again, go in your own pace. Really letting the shoulder blades relax deep into the floor, softening over the lumbar spine, which is the area just below the chest. Good. Now even up the arms, and we're going to take it sideways, breathing in. Like you're making snow angels. Now if you find this is too hard to do with the arms on the side, you might feel it pulls across the shoulder joints, you can just take your arms forward a little bit and do it there. So find a comfortable place for you to do this. And still relaxing through the small of the back. Consciously relax there and over the butt cheeks, down the sides of the butt cheeks. Make sure that you might have noticed your chin wants to start to lift up. So just tuck it a little bit, let the back of the neck want to lengthen through onto the ground. And bring it forward again. Beautiful, bring the knees into the chest. And don't pull them in tight, we just want to rest them there, giving a chance for the small of the back just to relax more deeply into the floor. And here, just looking with your head left and right, just nice and easy. Good, then back to center. And teeny tiny circles with the knees. So small, super small. But while you do this, really think about relaxing through all those muscles across the pelvis, across the front of the abdomen. And you can have the sensation of you very lightly just massaging the back into the floor. As you start to warm up, you might naturally find the legs want to go on a slightly bigger journey. But don't force that. If it's not happening, that's absolutely fine. Just kind of tune into the body and do what the body wants you to do. Let's change direction. Go small again if you've gotten bigger. Good stuff. Alright, put the feet down and just take yourself over onto one side. We're just going to, from here, do the opening up arms. So use the breath, breathing in. And then breathe out as you come back. Or if you'd like, you can reverse that depending on how you feel, which would mean you'd breathe in, breathe out. And then breathe in to come back. Just see which one works better for you today. Make sure the pelvis stays square on the floor. You don't need to go all the way to the floor if that's not where your flexibility is taking you today. Beautiful. Now we're going to drag it across the chest and use the elbow to touch the floor. Again, match the breath with the movement as you feel fit today. Make sure those knees stay together so that the pelvis stays at the right angle to the floor. Beautiful. Just gently come back and nice and easy. Just find yourself across the other side. I know it's hard getting up off the floor. I feel you. Make sure you don't have any plants behind you, or small children, or pets. Good. And then same again. Match the breath, breathing in or out, and then breathing in or out on the way back. You don't have to go my pace, of course. Go as fast as you want. Beautiful. Now dragging across the chest like you're drawing an arrow, bow and arrow. Good. All right, come back onto your back. I'm just going to change sides so I can see the camera better, but you don't have to change sides. That's just me. Good. And on the back. Then from here, just popping the leg up. You know, this is my favorite one. And just gently easing in and out. Might be a little bit of tension there from day 68. So try and find emptiness in this movement. I think I've spoken about this before. It's a habit, particularly if you're used to working with sort of power sports or power exercises, to look for a feeling of engagement or feeling of tension through the muscles as we work, because it gives us the feedback that we're working. And sometimes you need that engagement in order to help provide structure and stability as you're working. With this, what I prefer is to find a feeling of emptiness. So trusting that the mobility of the leg moving is actually going to be doing good. You don't need to tense against that to feel like you're working. That way you can also get a more accurate feedback as to when you're approaching your range, your edge of your range of movement. So we want the feeling that you're not really doing anything. just change the legs over and same again. So again, try and consciously relax through those muscles and find a feeling of emptiness. I suddenly have a beautiful blue sky outside. It's very nice. Gorgeous work. Just coming back, and now I'm just going to use my hand again. Let the leg be passive to just stretch out. I'm stretching out. I can feel it here, but it's going to depend where you're tight as to where you feel it. Make sure the neck is still lengthened out. Relaxing through the sternum as you go. Good. Now take this leg in. I'm just going to gently move it from side to side. So I'm rotating through the hip joint. Beautiful. Now, gentle circles again. Make them small. Keep the movement empty and light. And think about relaxing other areas of your body. It's a good chance while we're doing this stuff to start to play around with what parts of your body seem to connect. For example, what happens if you think about dissolving over the front of the diaphragm? What happens if you soften your jaw? What happens if you think about expanding through the small of the back? Or relaxing the muscles over the lower abdomen? Just change the direction of the circle. Or the muscles underneath the shoulder blades on either side of the spine. So it's interesting to have a curiosity as to what echoes you feel across the body when you're engaging or relaxing one part of the body. You'll find other parts also engage and relax. Beautiful. Let's just go back to the other leg. And starting off just by passively stretching out this leg. Can't tell you how beautiful it is to lie here and look up at the blue sky. I've got a great big tree out there. And the sunlight's catching it. And there's a beautiful blue sky with a few patchy clouds behind it. It's very pretty. Good stuff. Just take the leg and just gently moving it from side to side in the hip joint. And now circling. Again, nice and light. Just have a thought as to how much you're engaging your arms while you're doing this, and do you need to engage them that much, particularly over the biceps, just around this bit here, the triceps, the backs of the arms, and over the top, especially the area just above the top of the elbow. What about your pectoral region? What are you doing with that? Go the other way. Good. Going back to the original leg. And now just letting that fall over to the side. And extend the arm out if you want to increase the stretch and look down the arm. Don't push it towards the ground. Again, find a feeling of emptiness inside the leg and across the small of the back. All those places you were just experimenting with. Relax them and just naturally let the weight of the leg and gravity do the work. Good. Breathing in. And on the outward breath, come back. And I'm pulling the toes back, lengthening the heel towards the ceiling. Nerves stretch. Find the release through the rest of the body while you're doing this. forwards again, just use the weight of the arms. Disengage through the legs where you're stretching them. Let the weight of the arms just start to encourage the leg down. Keep softening through the sternum. Good. Straighten the other leg and just let this one go out to the side. If you're not finding a stretch, pull it up a little higher. You might feel it on the inside of that leg, or you may even feel it on the opposite hip. Deep breath in, use the breath and the arm to pull your leg back up. Good, and your leg. Crossing it over, let it just gently go towards the side. Lengthening out the other arm, keep the shoulder on the ground from the opposite arm. And let gravity do the work for you. Thank you, gravity. You're such a constant in our lives. Deep breath in, breathe out, coming back. And pulling the toes back. Stretching up. Beautiful. Donut the legs. Bring the leg in. Either holding to the shins or around the thigh. So thighs here if the shins is too intense. If the shins are too intense. Really let the back just sink deep into the mat. Keep breathing nice and deep into the belly. Good, and straighten the opposite leg, just let this go back to the side, lengthening out the other leg. Use the arm and the breath to bring the leg back in. Put the feet in the middle and just let the legs, frog leg out to the side. And we can give some gentle wiggles, rocking from side to side, left to right. Now you might find your back is arched in doing this. So just now really think about relaxing. So rather than forcing it back into the floor, think about relaxing across the front of the hips, extending through the neck, softening across the front of the belly and the sternum. Diaphragm, under the shoulder blades and the butt cheeks, and then try and encourage that relaxation process to let the back soften into the floor rather than thinking about forcing it in. This can help you also if you're finding that it's not like what's holding out, what here is stopping that from relaxing. Is it the tension across the flexors, the front of the leg, or is it the adductors on the inside of the leg? Good. Now change it to, you might want to use your hands to help, like a rocking motion. So you're wiggling your hips one side or the other. And it can be quite diagnostic to work out. You probably have uneven range of motion across the hips. Good. Use the hands to help bring you back in, bring the legs in, and then do that side to side tick-tock motion again. like a dog trying to wag its tail. You know, like Labradors like wag with their whole body, like that. Be a Labrador. Good. Now just get the elbows become heavy so they encourage the stretch. So I'm not yanking this in. I'm just softening my elbows down to the floor like the elbows have got weights on them, and letting that start to encourage the back and the knees to start to relax into the floor. Then if you're feeling you're a little bit more relaxed, then you can give a gentle pressure just to encourage that stretch a little more. Good. Now just pointing the toes. Now consciously send the back into the floor, the small of the back. Relax the legs down. We'll do a few of these because they're great for stretching out the small of the back. If you like, remind yourself to keep the neck extended. You can also put your hand underneath your butt to help with this. But we want to have that back always sinking into the floor as the knees are coming forwards and up. Burst that balloon between the small of the back and the ground the whole way through. Beautiful. Alright, just put the feet down and roll onto your side. And then rolling onto all fours. And just I invite you to sit back into a nice deep child's pose. Well, deep as you want. I like when I'm here, I'm sure it's not like, you know, as yoga intended, but I do like either wriggling the hips from side to side or rotating through the thorax just to help ease out those muscles, but you know, you do what works for you. Good. If you feel like it, you can creep the fingers out a little further, dig the fingertips into the floor and pull back a little more. There's going to be a different amount of tension through the arms depending on if you dig the little fingers deeper into the floor versus, say, the thumbs or the forefingers. So you can just play with that a little bit and see what difference it makes across the body. I'm probably speaking into the floor so you can't hear me. That's okay. Okay, great. Creep the fingers across to the left side and keep stretching. Good, and across the other way. Good, back in, and just coming up. And just freestyle moving the body around. As you're moving it around, also just try and look at every part of the room and every part of your body. If you find a bit that's particularly nice in terms of the stretch, just indulge in it a little bit more. But again, don't tense the muscles to get a feedback of work. You want to keep this super light. So almost feel like you're not even moving anything in terms of your internal proprioception because everything's so soft. If you don't feel awkward doing so, by all means move the mask around as well. For those non-actors, it means moving the face in awkward position. But it's interesting how much tension we hold in our face. So just explore that range of movement, moving around through the jaw as well. Good stuff. And settling around to face the front on your butt. Just going to do a little bit more work in the inguinal area. So just bring the knees in and light butterfly flutters, sitting up tall through the spine. For those of you who aren't used to doing acting work, also doing a lot of massage around the face is really nice. We hold a bunch of tension in our jaws. For the vets among you, the masseter muscles are a bitch. So it can really help to find massage through there. So, you know, you can do this if you want at the same time. massage through there. If you're feeling particularly cruel to yourself, you can just hold in there where it hurts most of all for like 10-20 seconds. Again, for the vets among you, you're creating a small moment of ischemia or ischemia, depending on what you want to pronounce it as. And then when you release, it helps to actually create relaxation to the muscles. Another good place to do is just underneath your cheekbones. You'll find a bit that's most sore. You can squeeze in that for a little bit. Gives you rosy cheeks afterwards. Really hurts, feels so uncomfortable. Might make you want to throw up. You won't throw up, just feels uncomfortable. And let that go. So that can really help. Good, so just take that left foot, put the right foot over the top, and just going to get you to squeeze with the left hand and reach up with the right. Squeeze in so that you start to get a pull through here. Good, now take that arm around behind, sitting up tall, stretching through. Good, changing side. I'm not doing a funky way today, it's too energetic. So right foot underneath, left leg over the top, right arm hugs in tight, left arm up to the ceiling. If you want, you can look at it too. Really pull this leg in tight so that you're getting a stretch on the outside of the leg. And now place the hand behind, sitting up tall, readjust the elbow if you need to. And stretching around. If this is too intense, you can have the right leg extended out. Great, now we're going to stretch the hips. We're going to be on our knees. So if your knees aren't happy with that, go back to doing the butterflies and actually lean forward a little bit into it. Otherwise, come up, we've done this one before. Make sure your shins are out to the side and they are parallel. Don't go too extreme. We're not trying to increase flexibility, we're just trying to open up a little bit. So from here, elbows down and sit your butt back. Don't go to your extreme of movement here, just go above it, breathe into it and relax. The direction of the stretch is always down and back. So hopefully you'll find that as you're just breathing through it again, the body will naturally start to relax its way into the stretch a little more. Good, now use your forearms to pull yourself forward first, don't move the legs yet. Pull yourself forward until your hips are on the ground. Now move the legs in. And I'm just going to pop back into our knees. And give yourself a little bit of a wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Good, just place the hands in front of you. And we're just going to sit back until you find a stretch along the forearm. Don't stretch back too far. Good, come forward to release that and now do it this way. Same again, come forward and gently sit back. While you're here, relax across the small of the back. Come forward to release it, good, and shake that out. Sitting on your butt. And a gentle straddle out to the side. And what I'm going to call a lockdown sway. Let the neck go too. And again, if you're someone who likes to play with different qualities of movement, you can play with actually using your hands to push yourself from side to side here. Or you can play with the sensation of moving from your center. Or my personal favorite, by pushing this thigh down in this one. Good, we're going to keep on going side to side in our lockdown sway, but I'm just going to start to let my chest come upwards and forwards a little bit, really, really, really slowly down. Keep breathing. So I'm just easing down now. I'm definitely going to start to take some pressure with my hands just so I'm not straining the muscles. And I just want to start to now also gently increase that range of movement. You might get a stretch also down the sides of the back. So I'm slowing right down, just taking myself closer and closer to the edge of my range. Still gradually working down a little bit further forwards. I'm almost doing figures of 8 or infinity signs. Good, and then gently come back up again. Good, lift it up and try and touch the wall. Don't go all the way down. Well, unless you're Cheryl Ho. Touch the wall, you can do it, you can do it. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Get the wall. Deep breath in, change over, get the other wall, get it. Deep breath in, breathe out, come up, and again this time if you can reach towards the foot by all means, just grab onto the toes and stretch through. You can use this elbow to push and turn yourself around a little more to open up through those ribs. Deep breath in. Breathing out, come back around the other side again. Either just go for the wall again, or if you can reach the toes, by all means do. Good, coming up, and just bring the legs in. And sitting up and just leaning forwards, and just alternately point and flex the toes, but I'm still just going upwards and forwards with the chest. I'm not trying to fold right over and touch my toes. I'm just gradually changing that angle that I'm working on. Stretching out forwards with the toes. Then just point them and flex. And that's the end of the playlist. Yes. So then from here, I'm just going to reach up and diagonally up. Like one of those sort of old style dolls that kind of rock forward. I don't want you to rock, it's just the direction they're going, reaching up and forwards. Good, soften that. Just give the legs a bit of a shake. And then now going forwards, and then if you can, just wiggle the butt and with the feet relaxed, just take yourself down as far as you feel comfortable. I don't want you to try and aim to get the feet. This will start, I'm already, you can see I'm starting to curve a little bit because I'm a bit tight at the small of the back. But if you can reach the feet, then you can, even if you grab here, you can just help ease your way into that stretch. Go as far as you feel comfortable. Keeping the toes relaxed for the moment. And then if you can reach the toes, just grab onto them and pull them back and keep stretching. Good, relax that, use the hands to come up. And a little bit of concussion. Side. Good, coming into a crouch and just sit here, just small bounces, teeny tiny bounces, let the head be nice and relaxed. Really think about opening up the small of the back here. So you're not doing this to try and engage the muscles, you're more doing it as a way to open up across the hips and the small of the back, to keep it super soft. Then put your hands down, use a hand to come up, just give yourself a bit of a percussion through the glutes. Underneath the butt cheeks, you can use your fist or the sides of your hands, whichever is nicest, most effective for you. Over the small of the back. And up a bit more to the lumbar and thoracic spine. It's quite nice to let your voice out. Good. Bend the knees, rolling up through the spine. Good. And just to finish off, just with some gentle twists, keeping the knees nice and soft. Breezing out the body, relaxing over the tops of the shoulders in particular. Keep the head facing forwards and keep going. I am using the hips to motor this movement at the moment. Good, and then shoulders forwards and back, wrists. Lovely. I always like those sessions. Well, to be fair, I like all the sessions. Let's be honest, because I'm doing them. But hopefully that's just helping you get a bit more balanced. Feel free to keep on going without me. But in the meantime, I'm going to go get a cup of tea now. So tomorrow is day 70. So thank you for staying thus far, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for core day. Lots of love. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Bye.